to you, the great and wonderful people of the Tube. Hope you're well today. Hope you're feeling grand and merry 2016. Hope you had a great Christmas and New Year, and all is well, and you've got some very lovely things to show for it. Hopefully not a massive belly by now. Anyway, moving along. First video of the year, I thought I would like to show you this little wee beastie. The Tone City Golden Plexi pedal. I'll give you a close-up in a second. I'll talk about some of the features on it. It's pretty bare bones pedal, but I want to give you a good close-up and show you what there is on it. And look at the size of it. It's tiny. I could eat it. That's a bit weird. Considering that's been on the floor at gigs, I'll put it in my mouth. It's weird. Anyway, moving along. So yeah, this is a really cool pedal. True bypass pedal. Will not run on a 9-volt battery as the housing is too small. It runs on 9-volt adapter only. Yeah, so true bypass. It's just a really cool pedal. It feels really sturdy. It's proper, like, feels really rock solid. I've used it at a gig already, and when you stand there, you don't feel like you're standing on something weak and weedy. I mean, considering its size, that was my initial thought. Is it going to feel flimsy? No, it doesn't. It feels great. Anyway, let me go a close-up of this pedal. Let me stop waffling, and then we're going to hear some sounds with my beautiful white Fender Strat, which I got back from a refret yesterday. Yes! And the Peter Green Lemon Drop Vintage Les Paul. Okay, so let's do a close-up of this marvellous pedal.
Okay, hello again. Well, here we go. Close-up of a Golden Plexi. It's really tiny. You can see by my finger how big it actually is. Look at my little finger. It's almost the size of it. Anyway, moving along. On-off button is real nice. It's one of the little foibles is you've got to be kind of careful not to kind of knock your gain dial here, which also doubles as the indicator on-off LED, which you'll see, which you've probably seen already at the beginning of the video. But it's not really an issue. It's quite far down the pedal, and it's really quite a nice place, and it's a great switch as well. I mean, it feels like a real good quality switch. So that's really cool. I like the staggered inlay, the inputs and outputs. I mean, that's obviously it's got to be that way. It's so tiny. So moving up, this is your gain dial. So kind of like, minimum amount of gain there. I've got it marked because I quite like it there sometimes, and it's quite a finicky thing. So I kind of down that low end. So, and I'll show you that in a minute. So I've got it marked where I like it there. Kind of half gain, full gain. You hear that tone? I like that all the way down, but I will show you it with it on all the way down, quarter, half, and all the way up. And volume. This is a loud pedal. This has got some real oomph, this pedal has, so I'm going to keep probably keep the volume at about half, so that's kind of like, it's kind of like a Unity kind of sound. So yeah, so that's close up. It comes really coolly with Velcro or like a little pad to go on the bottom. I've chosen Velcro because this went straight on my pedal board. That's really cool. I wish more pedal companies do that, and they say it's really good quality Velcro as well, and it really sticks to it. When you kind of pull it off your pedal board, it doesn't doesn't fall off or destroy your pedal board. So that's really cool. There's your power input. That's the in for your guitar, out for your guitar. Just looks cool. Golden Plexi. Okay, let's get into some sounds with a Strat.
Okay, so what does it sound like? Rather awesome, I must say. First, I'm going to start off the lowest gain sound I can get. But first, here's a bypass signal. Again, pedal is true bypass, so it doesn't alter the sound of the amp in any way, which is, to be honest with you, quite nice actually. It makes it a very versatile pedal. It can go into kind of any amp and kind of do the same kind of thing. So, bypass sounds. Pretty straight, clean sound. Okay, so engaging the pedal. At this point in time, I've gained at that little notch that you saw, maybe marks on the pedal. It's kind of literally about 7 o'clock-ish, something like that. Volume is on half. I'm just going to leave it over the whole vid. It seems to be kind of like a Unity kind of gain kind of thing. I've got the tone on a quarter, and it gives you this kind of really cool kind of John Frusciante, Andy Timmons kind of sound. Sounds awesome. Just a super nice clean sound. which is what I use it for on in my setup. I use it kind of, it's kind of like an on all the time pedal, just kind of like gives it a clean channel, so a little bit more oomph. Super cool. On this tone, this is the tone all the way. On this tone, this is the tone all the way off. Put the tone to halfway. Tone all the way up, gets pretty bright. Really cool sound though. There's a lot of range on that tone as well. I mean, I'll show you. And that's a lot. That is a great deal of oomph on that. It's really cool. So let's move on to kind of like a kind of half gain sound. So moving the volume, the gain up to kind of maybe like a quarter now. So it's at 9 o'clock. Put the tone all the way down. So it sounds like this. That is super cool. Tone on a quarter. Tone on a half. Getting pretty nasty. Tone all the way up, gets very nasty. Get in the right key. So it gets quite bright. It can go real kind of like real warm. It's really dark, really nicely. Okay, so I'm going to put the gain up to half now. Okay, so this is gain on half, and this gives you that kind of real classic rock AC/DC sound. Just really fat sounding distortion. That is really cool. Okay, this is tone upon that same sound on a quarter, so a bit brighter. Really cool. Tone on a half, getting brighter. Ah! I bust my plectrum. Get rid of that. Okay. And that's, you'll find that on eBay later on. No, you won't. It's just going to go in the bin. Anyway, moving along. So this is gain on 12 o'clock, so it's on half. tone all the way up now, so this is super bright. Really, really bright sound, that is. Moving up to full, what I'm going to do from here is kind of like, when you get to kind of half gain on this pedal, when you kind of get to like 12 o'clock mark, from that point on, there seems to be a massive increase in kind of low end, and only a little increase in gain. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it up all the way. I don't have to be able to hear that. Like the amplifier hissing. Let me crank the amp up a step. So you can hear the amplifier hissing away. That's with the kind of, you know, distortion on. You can hear this increased low end. So that's on half, it goes away, and then all the way up. So there's some serious kind of like oomph going on there. But I'll volume back to 2 because we don't want to be playing on 10 because we might die. So yeah, well, I'll tell you what, actually, this is the gain on 3/4. To be said is once when the gain's on half, it cleans up very nicely. But once you kind of get a gain over a half, it tends to get really flubby on the low end, so it doesn't really clean up very. You kind of get a woman tone. Which is usable. I mean, I haven't really found an unusable sound in this pedal yet. That's quite Eric Johnson-y. Kind of sounds like his fuzz kind of sound. Anyway, let me show you the tone dial quick on the full gain, and then we'll move on to Les Paul humbuckers and let you see what that sounds like. So this is the tone on 1/4 now on full gain. Tone on half. Yeah, makes sense. Getting nasty. And this tone all the way up. So you've got a lot of varieties of tone there, just in this little weeny little golden pedal. I can't recommend it enough. I really can't. If you have to kind of like that, classic Plexi sound, this is really it. Anyway, let me. I'll talk a bit more about that in a bit. Let's switch to a Les Paul, and let me show you some sounds with that kind of same kind of thing again. Maybe not as in depth, but kind of like the same kind of thing. Okay, so let's do it now. Magical guitar change. Okay, so moving on to humbuckers. Using this gorgeous Peter Green lemon drop. I don't think I've put this down that much, to be fair with you, since I bought it. Okay, so this is the bypass signal. This is the bridge humbucker. Neck. So that's kind of bypass. We'll go back to the low gain. So real kind of like, this is kind of a first sound. So I'll leave a tone on not much. So bring it in just where it distorts, give you this kind of sound. So it's probably a little bit so I'll bring the gain up to about a quarter. Again, the tone control is really sensitive, so you know, when you are kind of dialing it in, just be aware that that it's very sensitive. It's really responsive to your playing, this pedal. Really awesome sound that. Gain up to, oh yeah, sorry, I ain't done the tone. So this is tone on a half. Which I'll do that in a bit. More Z's top, more gain. Okay, this is gain on full. Really then B. Ramones it. Sounds awesome. Okay, so moving the gain up to a quarter. And again, I'm moving it in like tiny increments because it really is, there's a lot of gain, there's a lot of kind of response in the dials. So this is gain on a quarter with the tone all the way off. Always playing in A today. Sounds amazing. Gain on a quarter. Nice. Gain on a half. Tone, sorry, on a half. So get out of A, man. A, the musician's friend, well, guitarist's friend. Used to be E, now it's modified to A. Anyway, moving along, this is tone up on full wag. Really cool. So, it's such a great responsive pedal. The dials do exactly what they're supposed to do. They go from really mild to absolutely extreme, which is really awesome. So yeah, let's move the gain dial up now to half and go from there. Okay, so gain up on a half now. Gives you a bit more, classic rock kind of sounds. Really cool sound that. This is tone up on a half, and let's check my tuning. Thank you very much. So yeah, this is tone up on a quarter, sorry. So it's a little smidgen brighter. Tone up on a half, so this is getting into bright territory. and gain, tone. I keep saying gain, it's the tone. If I say gain, I mean tone. If I say tone, I mean gain. Anyway, moving along. So this is tone up on full whack. Pretty bright. Oh, I always do that with Les Pauls. I'll get caught out by the two volumes. Okay, so that's that, and gain up all the way. You can hear that kind of like, it's kind of got kind of sound, if that makes any sense. There's more gain you could ever need in this pedal, there really is. It's just like, it's like one of those distortion pedals. It's a great all-rounder. You got like a, you know, it's an overdrive, it's a distortion, it's a mass kind of overdrive kind of distortion thing. It's just awesome. So that's tone all the way down, tone on a quarter on full distortion. Super cool. Okay, tone on a half. Almost kind of gets that. I mean, it's maybe a little less bright than that, but I'm not going to go into toning that / tone in. Okay, this is tone all the way up, so this is super. It's like Metallica's first album. It's super bright, but it's amazing sound. So much fun. Ah, just super cool pedal. I have to get more of these Tone City pedals, and I will be doing them throughout the year. I'm going to tend to get a few more. I really want to get the fuzz pedal, which has got a rude name. There's a couple of other distortion pedals. I really want to try the tiny spring. There's loads of these Tone City pedals I want to try now after playing this one. This is just absolutely awesome. And I say for 40 quid in UK pounds, US pounds. Where are you, Dave? Where are you? It's absolute steal. I mean, it's tiny. I mean, if you had a pedal board made up of these and like maybe the new mini Wah-Wah Crybaby, your pedal board would be about that big. It'd be diddy. You could get it in your luggage if you were going touring. It'd be perfect. And they sound so big. They sound massive. They're amazing. Oh, by the way, the whole video has been run through the CL120's clean channel. Just let you know quickly, volume is on 10, bass is on 1, treble is all the way off. It's kind of like a chosen, my chosen clean kind of setting for this cab. It's a fairly bright cab. So that's the settings on the CL120. Everything's just been going through the clean channel. It just sounds immense. Absolutely immense. Yeah, what more to say really, this is an awesome pedal. Anyway. Yeah, I just need to tell you about a few more things, and then that's it for this video. But again, I can't recommend it enough. Golden Plexi by Tone City. You know, you need to go and try one of these at least. Even if you don't buy it, you need to go and try one. It's so amazing, so cool, so tiny. Oh. Last thing I want to talk about today, apart from this awesome pedal and how amazing it sounds, because it really does. It just does everything. It just is really cool to get. It's really cool to such pedal. But okay, moving along. This year I am planning to do many more Sounds Like videos. I'm going to do more videos on Peter Green. I'm going to do a Play Out Danny Kerwin, Play Out Paul Kossoff, Play Out Rory Gallagher video at some point this year. I'll be doing more how many tones can you get out of one amp. Obviously, you can have more reviews on products and stuff. I've got a couple of guitars to show you. I'm also going to do, the next video I'm going to do, is I'm going to show you my guitar collection. I have 31 guitars, so I have quite a few. Actually, technically I have 30 guitars and 1 bass, and the bass I bought the other day, and it's amazing. And you'll see that in the next video. I'll do a kind of a walkthrough and show you all these wonderful things that are kind of lying here just off camera and through other rooms. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed this video on the Tone City Golden Plexi. I've certainly enjoyed making it. It sounds immense. One would say, absolutely awesome pedal. You need to go out and get one of these. If you're a guitarist, this is a kind of a need in your arsenal. It really is pedal arsenal. It just sounds, it captures that Marshall cranked up Plexi thing perfectly. And just, you know, you can kind of go from that kind of like, you know, early kind of Plexi panel, kind of slight distortion to kind of like the 70s panel, which is a little bit brighter, to kind of like, you know, to the Mark IIs where it's a hell of a lot more gain, and also the master volume, you know, JMP heads where you kind of had a lot more gain. You can kind of capture all those kind of classic rock and kind of early metal tones through this pedal. It's just awesome. And I say for the price, you can't go wrong. You really can't go wrong. I would have a pedal board full of them if I could, but I don't have that kind of money. But say, can't recommend this enough. Can't recommend this guitar enough. Can't recommend Fender Strats enough. I'm going mental now. Anyway, hope you have a great morning, afternoon and good evening, and I'll see you again in another video. Have a great day. Goodbye now. See you again.